What's up, mamas? Tiffany Chanell here with Mom's Money Mindset. And I just wanted to pop on this morning. Actually, earlier this morning, my car wouldn't start. And thankfully my parents were at my house helping me because they took my daughter to summer camp this morning to help me out. And my dad used his car to give me a boost. And it's because of my dad I learned how to find, years ago, learned how to find where the battery is under the hood, how to hook everything up to give the boost. So all Daddy had to do was, what he did was he pushed my vehicle so I could back it out of my garage, and it was in neutral, and so that he could bring his vehicle up and give me a boost. But I did all the finding the batteries in both vehicles, hooking everything up. So shout out to the involved dads, the dads that have been involved since day one and still are helping their kids. I love my parents. They are amazing. Wouldn't trade them for the world. There's not enough money in the world that could make me trade them. They are amazing. But anyway, but I didn't pop on here to talk about that. I popped on here because I was having a conversation earlier. Had a work meeting, and then had a conversation about whether you should save your money or invest it. And I remember reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, I read that book years ago and didn't think much of it. And then read it again after grad school. That was like 10 years, 12 years, whatever it was ago. And realized in reading it after graduate school that I was the poor dad. And that was really a shocker for me and very disappointing for me to know that here I am, someone that cares a lot about managing my money, budgeting, and I have a poor person's mentality. And so I realized I needed to do something to change it, but I didn't know what to do. I've always been focused on paying off debt, saving my money, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that shouldn't be the only focus. I do believe you should have money in a savings for emergencies. I do believe that you should pay off debt so that you can use your income for income generating investments. Use your income to generate more income. But that's not all you should do. You should be investing your money so that it grows, so that eventually you can live off of the interest income that's generating from your investments, and you don't eat your seed. Like I love these videos where you see people planting and growing vegetables and fruit. Flowers. I love watching those videos. They give me such peace. But never in any of those videos have I ever seen any one of those people eat their seeds. What do they do with their seeds? They plant their seeds so that they can eat off of what? The harvest. And so I see this a lot, especially with Black families, is, someone in the family dies, a grandparent, a great-grandparent, whoever it is, and they had, maybe life insurance, and it gets split among the kids, or they invested in owning their own home and paying off their home, working so hard to do that, and then their kids get the money from the sale of the home, and the kids eat their seeds. They literally eat their seed. And it's just mind-boggling to me. Why wouldn't you take that money, invest it, and then when it generates the interest income, you use that to go purchase a cash car. You use the interest income to go and put down on a home or whatever it is. But you don't take the money that you get from the death of that family member and then just go spend it, because now you don't have anything else. You bought a vehicle with the money, you whatever else you did with the money, and then now your vehicle doesn't work, Or what are you going to do now? There's nothing you can do. And so then you start looking for other people to help you. And, that's why you get, maybe one person in a family that understands finances, is trying to teach their loved ones about finances, and they're not listening. And that one person gets strained and stressed because every time someone needs help, that person has to be the one to help because their loved ones are not listening to their wisdom. And I've been there, and I simply had to tell people that if you won't listen to me and do what I'm telling you to do with the money, then you will not be able to borrow money from me. You will not be able to get money from me, because I can only help you I can only help you so much. I'm still a single mother, working a full-time job. I can only help you get to a certain point. And if I'm telling you what to do next and you won't do it, then I can't keep giving you my money, because then I'm going to be on struggle street. Ain't nobody got time for that. I've been there before. Not going back. But my point is, when you eat the seed, you are not going to get a harvest. And if you don't get a harvest and you eat the seed, you will no longer have food. And in this case, when we're talking about money, you will no longer have finances to do the things that you need to do. So I really want to get on here and tell you, just like a farmer doesn't eat their seed, they wait over a period of time, because that's the thing about people. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. There's no patience. Even when you drive it on the street, people have no patience. A farmer waits until what? Harvest season. And then when they get their harvest, the harvest is great and plentiful, and they have more than enough. And then what do? They plant more seeds from the harvest. And I really want to encourage you, stop eating your seed. Get out of that poor person mentality of, I'm just going to save this little bit of money that I have, and at least I can see that I have it for emergencies. You don't need to see that you have it for emergencies. Take a portion of it, put it in an account for emergency if you want, and then invest the rest. And it doesn't have to be a risky investment where, oh my God, the stock market could crash and I could lose everything. No, there are safer investments. You can invest your money in CDs. There are CDs that are generating interest at 5%. There are other places you can invest your money. And even if you wanted to, you could say, you know what, I don't want to put it in a CD, but I think I'm going to open up an account with a brokerage company, like a Charles Schwab or Vanguard or Fidelity or whatever, and invest your money that way, because they do have these cash, like money market accounts where you can put your money and it grows at a 4 to 5% interest. And whenever you need your money, you can pull it out. It's not like locked in for a period of time, but at least your money is growing, and it's not like in a savings account at a regular bank that's only growing at 0.01% interest, something ridiculously low. Because I guarantee you, if you leave your money in that savings account and it's not growing and you don't invest it, you're going to eventually have to eat that seed. And if you keep eating on that seed, you won't have a harvest and your seed will be all gone. So if I can leave any kind of word for you, read that Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. You can listen to it on Audible. I may even listen again just for, continued encouragement. But, and the Bible says renew your mind. So we got to keep renewing our mind in information that's going to help better us, right? But get out of that poor person mentality, and don't just focus solely on saving your money and paying off debt. Also focus on investing. And it could be something as simple as a 4% 3-month CD. Do something. Invest it somewhere so that your money can grow and you can enjoy the harvest without eating the seed. All right? Y'all have the most amazing day. Bye.